What is the most popular programming language in 2021? And if you want to become a software developer, which programming languages should you learn? If you want to become a software developer and land a high-paying job, it is important for you to know which programming languages you need to be an expert in. Betting on the wrong programming language, it can have a significant impact on the course of your career and directly impact really your earnings potential. So based on the latest available research studies that I reviewed, the following 7 programming languages are the top programming languages as of June 2021. So stay tuned and I explain why 7 is the new 5, because we're talking about the top 5 programming languages in 2021. Hi, my name is Christoph Pütz. I'm a senior IT manager, and here on my YouTube channel I'm really excited to share my knowledge and my experience with you. Software development is one of those most popular careers in information technology. It is not only mentally challenging and rewarding, but also really future-proof if you decide to keep your skill set current. And we'll talk about this here. And of course, there's a lot of money to be made as well. Just think about all the jobs at the FAANG companies, so Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and so on. So these are really the top companies many people want to work for. There's a lot of money to be made, but we'll talk about what programming languages potentially get you in. As you know, there are always new technology trends, and sometimes they just fade away, and that same thing happens really to programming languages. Working in technology requires you to learn new skills all the time, so you might be betting on the wrong horse, but you need to keep your eyes open and change direction early enough to not become obsolete. So I assume you are aware that this applies to programming languages quite a bit. Some programming languages have been around for a long time and were able to stay relevant. Others, not so much. Do you remember Perl or Ruby? They're both still around, they're still being used, but they have lost a lot of traction. I would not be surprised if they disappear completely over the next few years. These 2 programming languages are really prime examples of why it is so important to keep track of what's happening around you, what becomes popular and what fades away. On my list of top programming languages, you will be able to see which ones are around for a long time and have stayed relevant. Are you ready for these programming languages? And I will be starting with rank number 5. It is really a tie. So CSS, C++, and C# are tied for the 5th place of the top programming languages. C# is around since the early 2000s. It was invented by Microsoft as part of its .NET framework effort, and if you are familiar with it, .NET is still around, and so is C#. C++ has been around since the mid-1980s, and this programming language is really going strong. So it is a great example of how a language maintains its status by constantly evolving and adjusting to new surrounding technologies. So C++ is really one of those prime examples, and that's what you should keep in mind. So learn new skills, and once you identify the right horse, I want to say, if you look at it from a horse racing perspective, go and bet your money on that one. CSS, or cascading style sheets, is not necessarily a programming language in the normal context. So I'm not going to spend much time on it. You can Google it if you want to, but let's go and take a look at the next programming language on rank number 4. On rank number 4 we have PHP. PHP is around since the mid-1990s. PHP really became very popular during the first decade of the 2000s. It was really a great web development language. And you can see it's still around. It's still a fantastic tool. It is still used today, but its power is slowly fizzling away. So I would keep my eyes on the development in that area, just to make sure that if you are betting on PHP, that it's going in the right direction. So now let's take a look at rank number 3 and see what's going on there. Oh wait, there is no number 3. We have another tie, ladies and gentlemen. So rank number 2, that's where we continue. So rank number 2 has Java and Python listed head to head. It's quite interesting, isn't it? One of the most widely used programming languages is Java, and Java is used as a server-side language for most backend development projects, including those involving big data and Android development. Java is also commonly used for desktop computing and other mobile computing, games, or numerical computing. The statement really comes straight from Oracle, and Oracle is the current owner of the Java programming language. So Java was created back in 1996. So now you may think that Python, yeah, it's a fairly new language. Well, not really. Python is older than Java. Python was created in 1991, so that is over 30 years ago. One of the biggest reasons why Python is so popular these days, it is a very highly productive computer programming language. If you compare it to C++ and Java, it is so much more concise and an expressive language, and it really requires less time and effort and less lines of code to perform very similar or the same operations. It is not as powerful or fast performing like C++ or Java. But that doesn't seem to be a big deal. Here it's really ease of use that beats performance. So there's a lot of work done on the Python side where people just say, it doesn't matter to me if it's done 5 seconds faster or not, because it's not really used in that way like Java or C++. So now let's take a look at the top programming language, or the most popular programming language. And this is JavaScript. JavaScript is around since 1996, the same time as Java, and somehow it turned into one of the most popular programming languages for the web. So these 7 programming languages are the top 5 programming languages in 2021. You may think how fast technology changes around us, and should programming languages not do the same thing? Well, most of them do. They evolve. Some fizzle away, as mentioned before. So like Ruby or Perl, they lost their importance and the interest shifted somewhere else. It's very difficult for a programming language to really make up and fill that gap again to become popular again. So don't be surprised if those disappear. And of course there are other ones. A well-established programming language with an agile governing body behind it is all it takes really. These languages that I just pointed out here, the top 7 or top 5, they have stood the test of time, and they were able to keep up with the development of the internet and technology around us. So what do you think? Are you surprised with these programming languages? Let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are. So that is it for today. I hope you liked this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so as well, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye bye.